Lady D, D-Man.
Here we go.
Come and chat with Lady D and D-Man Mob. Open up your ears, get this top verbal blog with the #1 team who's trying to reach the stars. Have you wanted like a fiend? Can't get it, you a star. Conversation with me, baby, you're bound to stay up. Conversation with me, baby, we don't give a word on the news and whatever. Hit the pavement, laughing at these fools, chatting with Mob Entertainment.
Mob Entertainment. BCM, Infamous Lady D. Infamous Lady D online.web.com.
Come and chat with Lady D and D-Man Mob. Open up your ears, get this top verbal blog with the #1 team who trying to reach the stars. Have you wanted like a fiend? Can't get it, you a star. Conversation with me, baby, you're bound to stay up. Conversation with me, baby, we don't give a what up on news and whatever. Hit the pavement, laughing at these fools, chatting with Mob Entertainment.
Mob Entertainment.
Yeah, it's Lady D and D-Man Mob.
D-Man Mob. D-Man
Mob Entertainment.
BCM.
All day, baby, all day.
Yeah.
Well, you know, y'all, I was looking at some information the other day. I said I wanted to bring this to you. I don't know how many of y'all know about. It's kind of like a financial thing, but then again, it's not. But I'll just tell you, how many of you all have heard of HR 25, which is, I guess, House Resolution 25. It's not a bill yet, but it's in Congress. It's a bill that was proposed. It's called the Fair Tax Act of 2019. Pretty much, that's the name of it. Like I said, it's the title of a bill in Congress to promote freedom, fairness, and economic opportunity by repealing the income tax and other taxes, abolishing the Internal Revenue. Abolishing the Internal Revenue Service, IRS. I looked at it and I'm like, okay. You got my attention. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Okay. And enacting a national sales tax to be administered primarily by the states, which means your state is pretty much responsible for your taxes. Okay. You don't have to worry about, as we call it, Uncle Sam, the IRS or whatever. I'm like, yeah, I'm down. But anyway, although the fair tax bill has been being introduced, it's been being introduced pretty much since like 1999. You know what I'm saying? I think the House Georgia Republican, what's his name, John Linder? Don't nobody really keep up with politics, but you know, as they say, some things roll downstream. I ain't gonna say the word, but SHIT for those. It rolls downstream. So sometimes you need to actually pay attention to what's going on, so you will know how you will be affected. You know.
Yeah, pay attention to those people and their theatrics.
Mm-hmm. Theatrics. And notice I said Fair Tax Act of 2019. Don't words have meanings? What's the meaning of the word act? That's the big thing, you know.
Yeah, we were just talking about acting on YouTube and acting, Jussie Smollett and acting on Empire.
Yeah, we were.
So that's probably why it's been introduced since 1999.
But it's been being introduced since 1999, but it's never been voted on. You know what I'm saying? So since 1999, it's 2019, decades. And they've been trying to abolish the IRS. I wonder why it's never been abolished thus far. What we call it, like pay to play or whatever like that. Somebody paying. You know, that's how some of these congressmen can go in making, what, $200,000 a year, but actually worth 30 million, 40 million, 100 million. That don't add up. It don't add up to me. Sometimes, so, you know, I think that you need to be more involved in what they call politics, which is still just words, just talking to me, politics, whatever. But you need to be more involved, actually know what's going on. You know, that actually.
With an open mind.
Yeah. That actually,
you know, if you want to know the truth.
I think it's actually help you be a more rounded individual.
I wouldn't even necessarily say pay attention to politics. I would say, why don't you read those documents or those acts that they're actually trying to put into place. Just take the time out and read them.
Yeah. And another one though is HR 24. That one that I just talked about is HR 25. Now HR 24 is a bill that was introduced, and guess what it's saying? You have any idea? Do you have any idea? Most of us don't know. But it is to require a full audit of the Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve System and the Federal Reserve Banks of the Comptroller General of the United States, and for other purposes. And for other purposes.
And is that an act that they're still pending?
But you notice, but you notice how I just said for the United States. What's missing? The United States of America. Notice they hadn't been using of America on a lot of things that frequent anymore. There's always US this and US that, like USC codes or US, whatever. It's not the USA, United States of America, which is something that we say it. Donald Trump was always talking about the American people and stuff like that. Yeah, he would say it, but in the government era or just Congress, they don't really say of America too much. It's always the US. So I thought it was something that you should, at least look at. Maybe as they say something to your congressman or whatever like that. Hey, why are you not voting on this? Why has it been being introduced since 1999 on HR 25 about abolishing the IRS?
Yeah.
And they're not.
We're gonna move right along. The next topic that we have is music, and
that's your subject right there, music.
Yeah, I checked out a few new songs. They're new to me. I don't know if they're new to y'all, but they're new to me because I don't get a chance to listen to music like I used to. So I took the opportunity to find out what's popping right now, and these are the songs that I thought were bomb. The first one is a song called Black by Dave. I think he may be from West Africa, and that song really has a powerful message.
Yeah.
I think that if you're a person of color, you may want to check that out. And it's a really powerful song. I'm gonna just leave it at that.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I had to listen to it a couple times. It gets kind of deep. It have you thinking definitely.
Yeah, once you get past his accent, if you're not used to listening to, Nigerians or Africans speak, then you may have to listen to it a few times and then you'll get it.
Yeah, but it's definitely deep though. I think you'll like it. I like it.
Yeah, even if you're not a person of color. I mean, it just is what it is. He stated facts in that song. So anyway, the next track is actually Crown by Kelly Rowland. And I really like that song because it is teaching girls, no matter what walk of life, how you look, where you're from, or anything like that, is to own your crown. And that is your crown of hair. You have, like on that particular video, it was a little girl that was a blonde. She gets picked on because, all of the stigma and stereotyping behind being a blonde. And she's a little girl. So she's already facing, all of this because she's a blonde. Then it's a little redhead girl, with freckles. And, she's been called any type of name that's dealing with something with red hair or carrot top or, just different names that she's having to face on a day-to-day basis.
No pun intended, carrot top.
Yeah. She's in elementary school, middle school, somewhere along in there as well. And then, of course, the people of color, quote-unquote blacks, with their afros, and even some of the multiracial kids with thicker textured hair, being bullied, being talked about. And she is just pretty much in that track telling them to own their crown.
Yeah. That's good because I don't like how some of these people are doing our people about their hair. I definitely don't like that. So I'm glad she did that. You know.
Yeah, because it's kids getting kicked out of school because they're not able to wear their natural hair, and that is so not fair.
Oh no.
Every other ethnicity can wear their hair out, the hair that grows out of their scalp, the hair that they were born with, the hair that God
intended them to have.
Yeah, and they're not able
Oh, you have to cut
to
that
wear
off.
it. It's a distraction. It's not presentable. It's tacky. It's ghetto. You know, all of this negativity.
Yeah, there was this one guy. Actually, he was a wrestler, and I don't know if it was the umpire or whomever that was officiating, or on this wrestling match, the referee. He literally made the guy cut his hair. I think it was a championship bout, and he made him cut his hair before he could, continue. And although he cut his hair, I'm just gonna, I'm gonna sue the whole arena. It's unnecessary. He's been wrestling all the way up into this championship bout, and now he has to cut his hair before he can wrestle. No, it's not going to happen. No, gotten very passionate over things like that. You can't make any kids in school say, okay, well, you can't wear your hair a certain way, but everybody else can wear their hair however they want.
Yeah, they can wear their God-given hair that grows from their scalp, but a certain group of people can't.
No.
We have to cover it up with weaves or chemicalize our hair so that you can be comfortable.
Have to get it back to the real Donald Trump days and let them know you're fired.
Yeah, it's not my problem if you're uncomfortable.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not finna.
I don't have to make you comfortable with me.
I'm not finna make myself uncomfortable to make you comfortable.
Exactly. And that's how it needs to be. I don't have to make myself uncomfortable so you can be comfortable with me.
Right.
No, not anymore.
One is the song called Waves with the girl Normandy from what was the name of that group?
Is it Fifth Harmony?
Fifth Harmony. She's from the group Fifth Harmony. That girl is so talented, and that is a remarkable video, and I just don't understand how she doesn't have but like a couple million views on it. And the rest of the girls from the group who went solo, they have all of these millions and millions of views, but Normandy
has the least amount.
Has the smallest amount of views. So if you're watching this, please go out and go to YouTube and watch Normandy's video Waves, because that song is cute, it's fresh. I mean, it's just, you just gotta see it. I can't even explain it. It's just a nice video. It's a breath of fresh air.
And what about the sound?
It sounds good. I mean, she has a unique sound, and the girl can dance, and she's beautiful. I'm like, really? They sleeping on that girl.
Wow.
Because I was sleeping on her. Seriously. So anyway, those are the tracks that I had an opportunity. And that song, Waves, is Normandy featuring Black. Somebody named Black. There's a guy on there too.
Is that a rapper?
He kind of doing both. It's like, it's not a fast tempo song. It's like it's like a melody, melodic, but you just check it out, y'all. I can't explain it. It's just a breath of fresh air. It's something that you're not used to seeing or hearing. So that's the only way that I can describe it, but it's lit. That's it for the tracks of the week. Y'all can leave comments and y'all can leave suggestions for songs that y'all want us to listen to and give our opinion on. So a lot of times, like I said, we don't get a chance to listen to just music on a regular basis. So if you send it to us, we have no other choice but to stop what we're doing and listen to it then. So we can give our honest review on these tracks. All right, so the next thing is books.
I don't have any, just say, recommended books at the moment. There's so many, so many different books out there. And we definitely have to start reading more as a people, especially for those of you who don't. There's so many different things in books that you didn't know. So many different things in books that's actually hidden from you, because if you don't read, that's the best place to hide something, is in a book. You know, you don't look at people now as far as books and say, okay, it's only nerds to read books now. No. It's so much information out there to be read and actually found that's, hey, it's been written. You know what I'm saying? Someone actually took the time out to write them. It doesn't take nearly as long to read it as it does to write it. But I've been, looking at a book about alkalizing, and I'm going to get into that one, and because it's on the body, and pretty much like healing the body. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's like follow the works of Dr. Sebi. That's how I pronounce his name, Sebi. So I'm going to get into that. That's a book I'm going to read here pretty soon.
And yeah, I'm in agreement with him, because I feel like people should read more. We spend a lot of time, involving ourselves with things that really don't matter, like on social media, involved in, the lives of reality stars and rappers and all of this stuff like that. And there's so much going on around us, and we don't even know where to begin and where did it start. But a lot of these answers to a lot of our problems are hidden in these books.
Yep.
So if you never open them up, then you'll never know.
We're not talking about the latest car book and things like that. Although you can find information on these cars. Car books.
Start where you can start. The thing about creating a habit of something is starting with something that you enjoy. So if you like cars and that what gets you reading, then do that. You know what I'm saying? But don't just stop at cars.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But definitely start to pick up a book. If you don't read but a chapter a day, start somewhere.
Very beneficial.
Because
and you can definitely learn a lot.
Some hidden information. And they didn't say that, they wasn't saying that tree of knowledge for nothing. The tree of knowledge, books come from trees. So, the next topic that
I'm going to talk a little bit about some sports. Not a lot but just a little bit. All right. It was something that I was checking out for all of y'all that follows the NFL. I don't really watch it like I used to, but I listen to some commentaries here and there. And one thing that you didn't know about the Pittsburgh Steelers, this guy on there is running back, Le'Veon Bell. He's pretty good. He's I can't give any stats on him, but he's pretty doggone good. He's like a Hall of Famer in the making. He's been out there, quite a few years. I can't say quite a few as in like 8 or 9, but he's been out there and he's definitely made a name for himself. So Le'Veon Bell, did you know that he sat out all of last season because he didn't want to be franchise tagged. So he pretty much lost like $14 million or something like that for sitting out the entire year. So it's crazy. But now he's an unrestricted free agent. The general manager wanted to franchise tag him, all of last year. I think that's the reason why he sat out, so that wouldn't happen. So he won't be franchise tagged, and he's going to be a free agent. So I thought that was kudos to him. Pretty good, and that's a pretty bold move by him to lose all of that money and not play a single game. And because he didn't play the single game, rumor has it, I don't know how true it is, they say that he's gained about 30 pounds
of muscle,
of weight. Of sit down weight. So I'm like, dude, if you know that you're going to be sitting out, that's when you definitely need to get your muscle on, get your grind on. You got to work out, because you're not gonna come back in. Say if you're running a 4.3, you're not gonna come back in sitting down running a 4.3. You're gonna be like a 4.6 if you're not, really getting it in. You know what I'm saying? So I was hoping that he was at least hitting the gym, hitting the weights, getting, just getting active and being out there. But he's gained about 30 pounds.
He sounds like an emotional eater. You know, he lost that $14 million and the emotions kicked in. You know.
And yeah, and it's a year, but you're an NFL player. Some NFL players have a hard time, you know, maintaining their weight, especially after they retire from the game. But you know, that's when they retire from the game. He just sat out a year, hoping to come back next year, and somebody else will pick him up. Especially now. But since you've gained 30 pounds and you know that you don't have a franchise tag, and you know that you're an unrestricted free agent, what are you gonna do? Are you going to get it in twice as hard? Because the first time that you really get out there to just say, okay, I got to get back into it so a team can get ready to pick me up, everything's going to be definitely hard for you.
Luckily, a team picked him up.
Well, we don't know that just yet. So he's unrestricted free agent right now. And then LeBron James. Everybody knows LeBron James, right? Number 23 after want to be Michael Jordan in my book. Everybody, you know, he calls himself the GOAT. The other day, before the Houston game, before the New Orleans game, they just played New Orleans. He was talking about flipping the switch. He said, if I get to the playoffs, like meaning that you playing on the team, you know, you playing by yourself. There's no I in team, right? So this is an NBA team, and you talk all about you. Everything is all about you. Yeah, it might be all about you, but guess what? You can't do anything by yourself. You've never won anything on a basketball team by yourself, regardless of what they say about you or whatever. No disrespect or whatever like that. Yeah, you are good. You are who you are. You made yourself, but you didn't make yourself by yourself. What do you think about that?
That's true. I would like to see him go up against a whole other team with just himself.
It can't happen. I'm sorry. I don't care. Michael Jordan can't do it. I'm sorry. It can't happen. But yeah, he's talking about if he wants to activate himself now and be in playoff mode. So now you just passed the All-Star game a little bit. You know, you was hurt. You know, hope it doesn't happen again. But you had a groin injury. And you missed like 18 games. So now, because you missed 18 games and the team fell out of playoff contention at that moment, had they stayed up on that path, they would have been like the 4th seed or so and going to playoffs in the Western Conference. So now they're knocked out of the playoffs. So he was talking about activating himself so that he can start playing in playoff mode. So, okay, yeah, you save yourself, which means that you're not giving your team 100% of the effort and they're paying you all this money and you're not getting the effort. I think that's a bad look on you and definitely a bad statement to say, okay, well, I'm going to activate myself. You know, I'm going to be in playoff mode, so I'm going to play like LeBron James. I'm going to play up to my potential because I've just been saving everything, you know, passing the ball. I'm bad at the free throw line, not like where I want to be. And, you know, I'm not an assassin like they want to say Kobe Bryant was and Michael Jordan. And people don't look at you as the assassin or as the person that will literally take a game over, but they call you the GOAT, greatest of all time. I can't call you that. You know, I don't, you know, it's just not there. I actually saw Michael Jordan playing in the basketball games. He was a bad man. He was a bad man. And a lot of guys that played against him, even possibly does Magic Johnson own the Lakers now? He's somewhere up in the, you know, franchise or whatever like that. I'm not sure if he owns it, but even your general manager or whomever, Magic Johnson, said that Michael Jordan was like the greatest basketball player, especially one that he's ever played against. So I call him the GOAT. But if you're going to be the GOAT, you need to act like the GOAT. You need to play like the GOAT all the time. Don't nobody ever say, okay, well, we ain't made it to the playoffs yet, so let's go ahead and knock LeBron team off. Yeah, they got to play you, but I know he's not giving 100%. What do you think?
Yeah.
I might be able to beat him if he ain't giving 100% until he activates himself in playoff mode. So all I need is that little edge over you, and if you're not giving that 100%, somebody else might can get that little edge over you. So that's why y'all probably lost to New Orleans tonight. Y'all lost pretty bad to the Pelicans.
Well, my question is, since he's so great, how did the team do during his groin injury?
Well, the team won some games, and you know they lost a few, but one of the things that they were talking about pretty much trading like 4 of their players to go get one guy from New Orleans. Anthony Davis. They wanted to trade Anthony Davis to the Lakers, and they was like, okay, you know, well, not trying to, you know, back your boys up to say, okay, you know, y'all just keep playing, y'all won't get better, nothing like that. You should be ready to trade them on. So I need to bring Anthony Davis to the Lakers so we can win. I can't win with these guys. What do you? And there it is. I can't win with these guys. Why would you say I? You say I entirely too much. So LeBron, if you ever get a chance to watch this, stop saying I so much, especially when you're talking about the team sport. You know, just if you talk about what you did, you talk about your play, talk about how you can get your play better, and what you can do to get you more involved and playing at that 100% level instead of activating it at certain times of the playoffs. If you make it to the playoffs, don't look like y'all may make it if y'all stay on this current path. So good luck to y'all on that one. But y'all did get that L tonight.
Next, we're moving on to health, and then we're gonna wrap this up. But I do want to cover a couple things with this health. So I don't know if you all heard about acro yoga. If you haven't, these are yoga poses done outside in the sun because these yoga poses help to calm you, makes you more focused, and also makes you more creative. Acro yoga is done with a partner, like your boo or your babe. Acro yoga blends the mental focus and breathing techniques of yoga with the core strength and flexibility of acrobats. So, if you haven't heard of that, research it. You know, get with your boo, and you can start on a beginner level, intermediate level, or wherever you are.
How does it look? Say, you know, like your boo. Does it have to be a partner that you're close to, or it can just say be a friend of yours, or is it better to have the opposite sex or the same sex doing it? Or?
Well, it depends on what you prefer, but you're in close. It's like an intimate setting.
It's gonna be like the Marriage Council? No, not that movie. The one with Face on Love in it. And it's gonna be like that.
Yes.
Yeah, have your partner.
Yeah, you need whoever you consider bae. Whether it be the same sex or opposite sex, but because it is so intimate, you know, you're touching and rubbing and feeling and flexing, and you know, and it also brings the partners closer. You know, you are vibrating on the same frequencies. You're stretching. You're getting the energies from the sun, so it'll bring the partners closer.
I need to try that one. Then.
It can be a friend, but you know.
Yeah, not you saying it like that. It needs to be someone that you're comfortable with.
Yeah, that
touching.
You want to be intimate with at some point. All right, so I'm going to move on. Y'all look that up, research that, and if you do try it, you know, you can send us some pictures, videos of you and your boo trying these techniques and yoga poses. We would love to see them.
I might put a picture of me out there doing it.
But don't do this on a rainy day outside. You know, the sun has to be out. Yeah, but some people are trying. Trust me.
Rain, and you know,
you just feel like yoga. In the rain.
Wet and stuff.
Wet t-shirt contest and stuff.
All right, then.
All right, so the next one is, to me, is very important. And I don't know if any of you see my afros and baby hairs videos on my other channel. I do my own nails and, you know, manicures, pedicures at home. And I really promote it. But what I'm about to go over now is the reason why. Okay? So, and then I'll give you the background on, you know, another reason why I started doing them at home more so now. All right. So So the question is the nail salon really sanitary and safe? So it all depends on where you go, and you can literally end up with infections and disease from the techs using dirty tools and equipment. So make sure that when you visit a nail salon that you are checking the corners to make sure that it's clean. This is a sign of what type of standards they have. You check the corners of the vicinity, and you also check the bathrooms. And this will give you, you know, a little bit of knowledge on how clean they are overall. Because people that don't keep their bathrooms clean and they are offering, you know, a public restroom to customers that come in, and this is supposed to be a sanitary nail salon, then it lets you know that they slacking.
Red flag.
Yeah. Now also, you were saying?
No, I'm just listening, you know, because, yeah, if you go to somebody's house and you have to go to the bathroom, and then you like, okay, looking at somebody's kitchen, it's like, wait a minute, same thing.
Yeah.
So I can see that.
Because they are dealing with your hands, your feet, tools, just like at a hospital. The same standards that you give the hospital or any type of medical facility, you need to give that to the nail salon as well, because they do a lot of things in their nail salon and deal with a lot of people.
Yeah.
So also know that if the smell of the vicinity is making your eyes water from the fumes, this is an indicator that there is hazardous chemicals being exposed and are very harmful and can cause cancer. So make sure that when you walk in, if your eyes begin to run, you can't stand the smell, to just get out of there. That is not a facility that you want doing your nails.
Wow.
Also, dirty tools such as nail kits can spread germs, infections, funguses, diseases, staph infection. It can even spread HIV.
Yeah, I was just about to ask, you know, can some of these tools, you know, literally cut you and stuff
Yes,
like that?
that's what I'm getting to. The reason why I do my nails mainly at home. I'll get to that in a second.
Wow.
There is really no way to know if the techs are using the right cleaning solution or soaking the tools for the correct amount of time. Even if they are using the right solution, are they soaking the tools long enough?
To actually kill whatever infection or bacteria or whatever like that.
Exactly. Some of them may not have the right solution. Some of them may have some solution lookalikes. Some of them may not be soaking them long enough and cleaning them properly. So you never know. You never can tell.
Watered down.
Yeah. And
is it worth it?
and also if they're cleaning them after each use.
Yeah, you go to the nail salon and it's like, okay, is it worth it? It's $30, $40, $50, however much the nails or whatever. I mean, I don't know.
That's why it all depends on where you're going.
Wow.
So if you're going to the little hood, the little rinky-dink beauties nail shop, and they charging like $15, and you can get, you know, a wax job, your nails done, a pedi, you can get your pum wax, all of that in one facility.
Something ain't right about that.
And they cheap as I don't know what, and it smells in there. You know, you paying for this infection. You paying for the staph infection that you
just to go get your nails painted, polished.
Or the acrylic.
Okay.
Also,
wow.
Understand that nail files and buffers are always clogged with other people's dead skin and should never be reused.
Yeah. MOB, BCM, Lady D, D-Man.
Here we go.
Come and chat with Lady D and D-Man Mob. Open up your ears, get the top verbal blog with the #1 team who's trying to reach the stars. Have you wanted like a fiend? Can't get it, you a star. Conversation with me, baby, you're bound to stay up. Conversation with me, baby, we don't give a word on the news and whatever. Hit the payment.